It's gotta be one loud scream every time.
Welcome back to another Wednesday follow-up. I have Adam joining me again. We're looking at this plastic bag recycling box made out of pallet wood.
Pallet wood, controversial pallet wood. Build stuff out of pallet wood and you die immediately.
I know, you think there's like toxins in the air now from me cutting this?
I mean, if it's toxins you're worried about, you know, you got this back here, good old Crystal Rain Windex. Whatever that is. What is that?
Spray adhesive.
That's burned. It burns!
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
My first season 2 episode was one of these. It was the cedar one.
Yeah.
When I saw the pallet, I knew immediately that I wanted it to be one of these.
Did the other one have a rooster on it too?
No, dude. See, I wanted to do that differently. Mine was it had an angled top on there.
What is it with apples and roosters and kitchen decor? Comment time. It'd be funny if you made one with a bear.
Oh, dude, I get a comment on the gauges video, and all they said was, all wrong.
Just, what? Stephen Gutierrez, please elaborate. What is all wrong?
All wrong.
All wrong!
I had some girl comment on that before. She's like, you shouldn't have used walnut and poplar. And a lot of people were pissed off that I called them gauges and not plugs.
Well, that's the thing is you're bisecting or intersecting two areas of elite hipsterism. You've got woodworking and wood choices, and then people with plugs. They're all
I figured,
oh, the best of the best. Don't use that wood.
You have the damn thing, so if you call them gauges, then I'm gonna call them.
You can call them whatever the fuck you want. Stop it. Stop it.
Anyways, that is not the subject of the first person I heard from was Kevin.
Kevin!
Saying he liked the rooster. He said he sucks at making little artistic things like that. Where I told him I kind of do too. It was a pain in the ass to cut that out.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah, me and Kevin had an LOL over. Now Gary. Heard from Gary. So Gary's a good loyal Means Woodshop viewer. So we will be respectful to Gary. But he said he almost feels like we made a pallet wood project for those that don't use pallet wood. He said he's not a hater. He's just not a fan of the pallet wood.
I mean, isn't that exactly what you did?
No, all that talk we did in the last video and the one before that about pallet wood. I made this project before that.
It was actually retrospect. He made it before we asked the question.
I did, and that's what had me thinking about it. And Gary pointed that out because, in that video I talking about the bird feeder sitting there, and I was like, but that came out last week. He said, are you doing 2 video projects at one time? Gary caught it, dude.
Yes, he is.
So,
I mean, when you only have so much limited time to work in the shop, you kind of have to do that. Make it really count, so that way you can actually have a day off once in a while from it.
I'm sure that I won't miss a Friday. Gary said he's wondering what's up with the bag of balls in the background.
That's a good question, Gary. We don't. He doesn't know. I don't think even your dad knows, and he owns the shop.
Probably. Should I take it down? Here, I'll take it down, Gary.
Yeah, this is for you, Gary, I guess.
I've seen that in a couple videos. They're gone.
I mean, it can't be worse than pooping your pants right at the end of the day at work and then having to walk through a warehouse with pooped pants to get to your car and then sit in those poop pants all the way home. Not that that's ever happened to me.
Roy
boy.
He was liking on the rooster.
I still think a bear would be a good idea. But
Yeah, do one with its arms up. And he could be holding something. Salmon or something.
you could be holding a Japanese hand shop.
I think that's all the comments I got on that. I think that's it. I do have another pallet project coming out, but it won't be this Friday.
Yeah, sorry, Gary.
Sorry, Gary. It'll probably be the one after that. Gary, you'll like this Friday's project. It's a fancy one. Oh, dude, is that a big old bumblebee?
Yeah, man.
Last week we asked what your favorite beer is, eh? And we also asked if Adam looked like Dave Pachuto, which not very many people responded to.
I think it's just you.
Roy's favorite is Sam Adams. Roy, it wasn't just you. I had a couple people mention Sam Adams, and because of y'all, I had to pick up a 6-pack last night.
Sam Adams makes some decent brew, yeah. My cheap beer is Schlitz malt liquor, and that's only when I'm really desperate.
I don't think I have a cheap go-to. I was just
No.
by Shiner. And then if I'm really, really broke, I just have you buy.
Yeah. Yeah.
CJ said he's not a beer fan. But
Not everybody drinks, man.
said soda is pretty cool and water isn't half bad either. Kevin, where he lives, there's a German bar restaurant, and he says it's got all kinds of beers from around the world. He says he likes to just get some weird IPAs, like a cool hipster, as he says.
I mean,
Are you a hipster, Kevin?
I do that a lot
You're
too. I'll go to a store with a good beer selection.
And he's never gotten a hot dog from a baseball game.
Well, I mean,
I haven't
that's-
either, kid.
I've got you beat there, Kevin. I didn't get any beer at a baseball game. They're like fucking $7.50 a piece for Bud Light.
Gary, Sam Adams. He says the Sam Adams seasonal stuff. But he said
Yeah.
Oktoberfest is his favorite.
You remember we tried some and it has
Yeah.
like that. What was it? That smoked?
Oh,
What was
yeah!
that? Smoked porter?
Yeah, it was smoked something, and that beer was
It was
really, really
phenomenal.
good. And Gary said, no, you do not look like Dave Pachuto.
See?
Pine gets my allergies going, too, like really bad. Pine and cedar, dude. I'm always like, So this week's weekly question is, I want to know how y'all decide what kind of wood to choose for your projects. Because a lot of people do it different ways. Like, you have people out there that choose it specifically for the type of project. Like, let's say you're building something outdoors, and rather than choose any wood that you think will look good for the project, you instead research like what type of woods are best suited for outdoors.
Right, function.
I know Purple Heart. You know, here in America and other areas, we think of it as it's an exotic fancy wood that has to be treated with TLC and used for something super fancy. But I know like where it's native to, they use it for like boat docks because it's like a really good marine. I'm gonna get all like weird hippie spiritual on you, dude. You're not gonna like it.
Okay.
I either, in my head, when I envision a project, that project kind of just like tells me what it needs to be made.
You
Like,
get outside with like your divining rod or whatever.
I want to make a box, and for some reason, I just feel like this box needs to be made out of wingy. Whether or not that would be suitable for the project. That, or I'll see a piece of wood, and even if I wanted to use that piece of wood for an end table, I'll be like, for some reason, this piece of wood needs to be a cutting board. That's how I felt about this. The second I saw this pallet, I was like, it's got to be one of those boxes. Specifically one of those boxes. It can't be anything else. That's what it has to be.
Well, alright.
That's how I choose lumber.
We got a lot of weird little bugs in here now.
I know.
Windex, you bastards.
I don't know what those are, dude. They're kind of nasty looking though. Will that do anything to them?
I don't know. I'm trying.
Anyways, so how do y'all decide what kind of wood you're gonna choose for a project? Do you base it off of like budget, like what you can afford, off of what its in-game functionality is gonna be, or just off what you think would look cool for the project?
Do you make your project out of a wood that you know everybody hates?
No, I think that's it. So leave your answers in comments and concerns down below. I will see you this Friday, and we will see you next Wednesday.
That's it.
See you next time, eh?
Yeah!